Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about 6 major things that are silently killing your business in Nigeria. So if you're a business owner, you're a freelancer, you are a startup company, or you are a hustler, or you are somebody who is intending to be an entrepreneur, you want to go into business in Nigeria, then maybe this video might just save your life. Have you ever started a business and you feel like you're struggling, or the business is failing, or the business is not scaling up the way you want it to scale? You're not making money the way you want to make money, or you're seeing sales or things are happening, but yet you can't really hold on to the money. Your village people that are pursuing you. It's not your village people, or it's not bad luck, or it's not witchcraft. What if I told you it's the bad business practices? Or bad months ago, who told me this story, and that's why I'm doing this video, right? What the client told me was he had a very good business. He had a thriving business. The business was so good that in 1 year they were making millions of naira. He had employees, they had office, they had equipment, that they were using to run the business. A lot of people, were trusting him with their money. He had partners even in the business, to the point that he even left the business for like a month or two to go and start up another branch, or to just diversify. But guess what? When he came back after 2 months, he came back to find an empty office. Empty office, no equipment, no partners, no employees. Everybody had gone and left the business. To even make matters worse, he was in debt, or let me say the business was in debt. He was owing a lot of people, to the point that police was even looking for him. He had to sell most of his assets, or let's say even all of his assets, all of his major assets, to be able to pay debt. Even at that, he still could not finish paying the debts because the debts were too much. There was a lot of stealing in the business. But one of the things, or the major things that he told me, which is what I took down, and that's why I'm sharing this video. So this video might just be helpful to you. So let's just get right into the video. So the first thing, that is killing your business, or that is silently destroying your business, is no proper business knowledge. Or start okay The first thing that is silently killing your business or destroying your business is starting a business without proper knowledge. Now, many people go into business simply because they just want to make money, or the fact that they see people making money from that business, and they too want to make money. Or probably one vendor has promised them a wholesale deal and told them that if you buy this wholesale deal, you're going to make a whole lot of money, and then they just go into the business with only an Instagram motivation and the fact of what somebody else has told them, and then later on the business crashes. You don't do any market research, you don't have any knowledge of the business that you're doing, you don't have any business plan. You just go right straight into the business, you crash in, and then you crash out. Now, before starting, you want to ask all these questions. Why am I doing this business? What is the problem that my business wants to solve? Can I solve that problem? How am I going to solve that problem? How am I going to enter into the market and make it available for consumers, whether it's a business or a service? How am I going to do that? You don't want to start a business without proper knowledge of the business. Now, the second thing is employing friends and family. And I feel like this, and I find this very common, in Nigeria. Maybe you're just starting a business, or your auntie calls you and say, what, your cousin needs a job or is jobless, so you need to employ. And those people come in with a lot of entitlement. They come in unqualified, and they lack discipline. And because they feel like, you can't just wake up and employ them because, you're friends or your family members. And it is silently, slowly killing your business, because number one, they are not qualified. And if you're a small business, you need specific people to do specific things for you. And most likely than not, they are not able to do those specific things. And you yourself, you cannot talk to them, you cannot scold them, you cannot shout at them, or you cannot query them, because they are family members or they are close friends. So, and silently your business is going down, but you cannot say anything. So please, before you even hire anybody, make sure that that person is qualified. At least let that person be able to do the business that the person, or let that person be able to do that thing that you're employing them for. Let them have the skill to do that job that you need them to do. I was hearing Madam Ibukun Awosika, where she was saying that she employed one of her family members, and the family member was constantly stealing from her, and she couldn't say no because it was a family member. So if you want to start a business, one of the things you have to learn is you need to learn to say no. You need to learn to put your business first, because the growth of the business is important to you and even your family. So the third thing that is killing your business is no legal contract or documents. Now, this is also very common. and I see this a lot. You're starting a business. Some people are starting businesses with their family members, no partnership agreement, or their friends, close friends, no partnership agreement. They are doing business of how they want to deliver, or they want to supply, or they want to get some things to be able to deliver to some other people. There's no vendor agreement, right? There's no sales agreement. There's no hire purchase agreement. No agreement, whatsoever that binds you and your partner together. You're doing business based on shaking hands, and that always ends up badly. You can't do a good business, or you can't go into partnership with people based on the fact that you know them. Once money is involved, a lot of things go south. So if anything happens and they decide to walk away, it goes with your business. The fourth thing is no employment contract. And I put this one point separately. I didn't want to add it, to my previous point, because you employ people, they walk in and they walk out anytime they like. One of the things that my client told me about, the problems that he had in the business was the fact that there was no employment contract. There was nothing binding his employees to the business. So that means they can walk in and walk out anytime that they like, right? They can tell you tomorrow that they are leaving and there's nothing you can do. No notice. Let's just say you need them, or you need to do like a delivery, and then your delivery driver decides that he's not working that day, and then you become scattered or you become disorganized because there's no employment agreement telling them what hours they're supposed to work, when they're supposed to resume, what are their specific roles. Even if they want to resign, how long, or what is the notice supposed to be like? Is it 1 month notice? Is it 3 months notice? How would the salary be? How are you supposed to pay them? People employ people in Nigeria, no offer letter, just based on word of mouth. It is killing both the employee, it is killing the business also as well, because there is no NDA in place, no non-disclosure agreement to say what you cannot go and work with my competitor even 1 year after you leave the business. You cannot share business secrets, and that is destroying your business. Your employee can literally stand up today and go and be working for a competitor just because your competitor has offered a better salary. So you need to make sure that at least you have basic contracts, basic legal contract, in place. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to do like, a free contract, or like a template for simple business contracts. Okay. So the fifth one is no long-term vision. You just start the business with the aim that you're going to make money in the next 1 month or in the next 2 months. There is no long-term vision that is making you, motivating you to say, okay, even if I start this business and I don't make money in the next 6 months, I don't make money in the next 1 year, I still love what I'm doing. I'm still going to continue. My goal is in the next 1 year, I'd have made social and social sales. In the next 1 year, I'd have done this and that. You have no business goals whatsoever. Your business goals is just 1 month, 2 months, and business really doesn't work like that. You know, you have to have long-term goals that you're looking forward to. I recently went to an a what's it called, I went to a real estate company, right? And I saw on the wall that they had like 2025 vision goal, and one of their goals was they are going to make 5 billion naira in sales, and they're going to work towards it, how they were going to do it. And really that inspired me. Like, your business has no vision, it has no mission, and you wonder why the business keeps failing and it's not going. So make sure that at least that business that you're doing, you have a long-term goal, or you have a vision for the business. Now the last thing is no legal or financial monitoring. There's no auditing in the business. Employees can literally be stealing your money and you will not know. They'll be hiding it under the carpet. Even if you have an accountant or a cashier, once in a while, 6 months, it can be 6 months, it can be quarterly, it can be yearly. Have an external auditor come into the business to look at your accounts, to be sure things are in order and in place. Have like a legal audit at least every once in a year or every 6 months. Let a lawyer sit down and look at your business and see what you need to comply with. Is your business following the legal steps, or is your business in legal compliance with the law? It is very important. Have you paid your licenses when you should pay your licenses? Things like that, and every other legal thing that you're supposed to do. That way money is not disappearing, business is not crumbling legally, you are in compliance, everything is going on well. If this sounds familiar, you are in business, and I know that all these things I've said is not strange, but maybe you've been in denial, then you need to take the proper steps to do the right thing, so that your business can scale through and then you can start making money. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to do like a free template for business contracts and all of that for your business. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, put on your notification bell so each time I post a video, you get notified. Until I see you guys in my next video, thank you for watching.